Something crazy happened today. I can't even remember what it was. I was out teaching my daughter how to use her 22 bolt action rifle. She's 8 now. She's ready for that.
Wait, hold on. You said 22 bolt rifle?
Bolt action.
Bolt. You have to pull it back and then a bullet goes in? You put manually?
Right. Yeah, it's a round, right? So it's a magazine, not a clip. Clips for your hair, if you have any. A magazine that holds 6 22 rounds. So little thing. When you shoot this like a glorified BB gun, but it's got a little more power to it, and it doesn't have much recoil. So it's perfect for her. She's working on the scope and getting all the optics right, and I like it for her because you have to actually pull the bolt up, pull the bolt back, and then push the round in, and then you pull the trigger, and that's one shot versus a semi-automatic where you could have another shot. It is one shot, and then you have to go through that whole regiment again, and it's just really nice for focus. I mean, we were out there for about 2 hours. It only took about 2 hours. I was probably out there for an hour and only took about 10 shots, but she really worked on focus and nice being outside with it, you know.
Cheers.
Hey, what do you have?
A springbuck.
A springbuck. Oh yeah, happy Monday. I'm doing a
It's Friday, Eric.
Well, I'm all messed up. This is my Monday drink. I don't even have my Friday drink.
I'm drinking my Friday drink. I don't know what you're drinking.
This is Tito's vodka and clam juice and tomato juice, clamato. So it's like a Bloody Mary. I got some horseradish in there. And
clam juice? Clam
juice. Clam and lime. Yeah.
The ones that swim in the ocean, that live in the ocean, clam.
Yeah, it's like the West Coast thing, man. You know, like a lot of people will use Bloody Mary mix, and I do like that. I like a Zing Zang or making my own. Yeah, you can grill your own Bloody Mary mix too. We used to do that for the restaurant. You grill the tomatoes and the jalapenos and blitz that up into your own Bloody Mary mix. Put a little Guinness in there, nice stuff. But look, clamato, it's got clam juice in it.
Okay, never heard of that. That's the first time I see it.
Little Tito's vodka.
Tito's, yep.
Not an ad, by the way. Just good stuff, you know. It's I like it because it's gluten free. I can't help it. Oh, baby.
Oh, wait, stop. Let me start the jingle for the podcast so everybody knows where I actually started.
Where did you start yet?
Bring out the knife. Now it's official. Our third podcast. It's official. I'm still proud.
I didn't know we'd make it to 3.
That's what I'm saying. I never expected us to get this far. But
when I agreed to do the podcast with you, PITMASTERX, it was one of those things. Yeah, let's do it. But it's equivalent to getting like a turtle that you know is going to live 80 years. You know, it's not a relationship I was prepared to go the distance with. Now we're at number 3, and we're still having a good time with it. Cheers to you, PITMASTERX.
Cheers. And you know, I think this is one of the good things. If we have a lot of ideas together, between you and me, and I think 99.9% of the ideas actually fall through. They never happen. And for this one to happen, it must mean that it's a good idea.
I have heard so many great ideas from you. You're like a good idea generator. I feel like, right? You're an ideas guy, and I'm kind of the guy that sits back very quietly and just makes things happen. That's our relationship, right?
That's true, but very quietly, I highly doubt that.
Hey, so I've been talking to a lot of folks that have seen the last 2 podcasts, and they want to be guests. I'm really excited about that, but I'm also really excited to get some one-on-one time with you. I think we take a break from the guests and just hang back. Chef Tom of All Things Barbecue wanted to come on today. He's got a stomach bug though, but he sends his love and gives his best. That guy's a legend. You seen his stuff?
Oh, Tom is a legend. You're doing a great job, Tom. I absolutely love what you're doing, and I love his channel. I watch most of his videos. So yeah, I can't say I watch them all because I'm just too busy with this podcasting.
I watch your stuff. I watch his stuff. Couldn't possibly watch all of it because you guys put out such great content all the time. But it is a remarkable thing what YouTube has become. I remember when it first came out, I didn't take much stock in it. I didn't realize it was its own like whole world and search engine and what it would turn into. But it's been pretty super important, especially now in the days of quarantine. Are you seeing a lot of uptick in communication and everybody you're able to engage with?
I see quite a lot people more active on social media, but mostly on Facebook. Actually, it's kind of like I feel like the virus lives more on Facebook.
And Facebook being a larger platform than it was a couple months ago.
Yeah,
which is interesting because I backed away from Facebook. I kind of gotten off of it. Right, everybody started getting too political, and I don't know. I like something about the simplicity of Instagram, and then there's YouTube, which is a totally different animal.
Yeah, and if you look at the platforms, then I feel that. Do you remember what happened to Twitter? Twitter was going down, and all of a sudden, like when your president came on and he started tweeting, and it was very clear at that moment in time that Twitter was more of like a news platform. So it was where you get the news from, where you get the latest information from. And I think that kind of happened to Facebook too with this whole virus, where with this virus, it is people just want to share emotions. They want to, people sharing like, hey, I'm doing this day 1, day 2. They're making like a video diary or like a diary of drinking a case of beer or whatever they're doing that day. And I think it's really
like drinking a case of beer.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff come by. People like,
such a Netherlands thing to say.
This is my day 10. This is what I did on day 10. And they got like every day they make like their little diary of sitting at home and coming up with like building whole Lego starships, and then the other day drinking beer and ups and downs and all of the emotions that just go around, and people share it on, and it's kind of like a healthy thing. It's like the modern day psychiatry, it's like psychiatrists. You just have to talk to someone. In this case, it's everybody in the world, and you can just vent your emotion and you're rid of it. And I think it has its own place. So that's kind of cool. And I think what you're saying is like, YouTube is a whole different animal, because YouTube is like the next, in my opinion, it's the next TV. Because I look at young people like my cameraman Morrison, they don't watch TV anymore. They do watch TV, but then they watch Netflix. So basically, YouTube is their television. And I think that's like, that's why it's a whole different animal. It's no longer a social media platform. It's like the broadcasting platform.
That's a good point. Yeah, we don't have a television. Of course, everybody's got Netflix or Hulu or one of those, but YouTube is where you go, I feel like, to get that dopamine, you know what I mean, every 15 seconds or whatever. People have studied the algorithms better. They understand people better versus the large networks where you're going to cruise into commercial breaks that last X amount of time. YouTube, you're getting what you want, and you're able to put your finger on exactly what you like. There's so much stuff out there. I saw the numbers the other day for how much was uploaded, not just watched, but uploaded to YouTube in the last month. It's insane, brother. It's insane.
It is. And the funny thing is, where my kids, when I watch some television with my wife sometimes, and then the kids, they just ask me for, hey, why do you keep watching these commercials? They don't understand what the commercials are for, and why we watch 5 minutes of commercial. I said, you got to explain like, no, we're not actually watching the commercial. We're just waiting and we're looking at the screen while we are waiting for the commercial to be over. And of course on YouTube you have them as well, but they're like 5 seconds long or maximum 10 or 15 maybe, but not 5 minutes. So the kids completely misunderstand the whole, they don't understand television. They don't get it. Why?
Well, I think though, but think back when we were kids, bro. We were the target audience. Like whatever we were watching, think about. And I just want to put my finger on cereal ads. Okay, cereal advertisements. My parents tried to keep me off the sugar stuff, like the Sugar Smacks, the Cookie Crisp, but I can still picture that freaking dog going Cookie Crisp, and I picture that little leprechaun running around for Lucky Charms. I picture Count Chocula, like. They had it figured out back then, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever I was watching, Care Bears or whatever it might have been, they would put those commercials on, and I would look forward to those stupid jingles that are still in my freaking head right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger playing goalie with Tony Meola during the World Cup. You know, I mean, just like TV had it figured out. They had their sweet spot, and now YouTube has totally come in and set the stage for the next, not just generation, but several generations. And Netflix is somewhere in there too. I'm seeing a lot of chefs, David Chang, these folks coming in and doing their own series and selling it to Amazon, selling it to Netflix. Like that's the next platform. YouTube, I'd love it. And I don't speak any of it. I don't digest much of it. But I do love watching talented people having fun. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you do, you exactly. So you let's, in a technical word, you do consume it. It's like, I don't know many people that don't consume YouTube. So if they want to know something, they got to figure it out. They Google it and then end up on YouTube. If they need to watch a video about it, for instance, how the vacuum works or how the dishwasher works that they bought, they're gonna end up on YouTube. Or my dog is naughty. Hey, weg! Kst, up.
Come on in.
No, don't go there. Don't invite my dog in. That's a recipe for disaster. Not
that's
created
a big dog,
on.
bro. The Great Pyrenees, they get big.
Oh, they get big and hungry.
Let me bring you in on this. I want to see what I got going on right now in my KJ Classic.
Ooh.
See those bits right there? Those are that's the neck bone, and I smoke that just so I can do roasted stocks. Look at those ribs, St. Louis style ribs.
Nice.
That's a big rack. That's a big rack. And then a spatchcock chicken. I'm going to go ahead on record and say this. There is no better way to cook a whole chicken than doing a spatchcock chicken. Come at me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
That's like a discussion that's not going to happen, because I love You have it set up, you just told me, you have it set up without the heat deflector?
Yeah, so for me, if I'm going to do a rack of ribs and especially a spatchcock chicken, I want the drippings from the food to hit the charcoal and caramelize on the charcoal and give me that blue caramelized charred smoke. I don't get that when I put the heat deflectors in. So by building a very small fire, I can keep my oxygen rate up and still keep a low temperature and allow those drippings to hit the charcoal. There's something magic when meat juices drop down and caramelize on the actual ember of oak or of hickory or big block and just sizzle, not on the deflector shield, but on the actual charcoal. You know, there's something primal about that drives me.
I love that. And something like, and this is like really close to you, but when I was researching like American barbecue, I really early on saw the pits that they built with these cement blocks and then just put like grates over it, and and they just shovel like embers, wood fire embers underneath, whole pig on top, and just let it sit and cook for a long, long time. And in my mind, this was something that they did in South Carolina. And see, I was being careful here because I thought this might get sensitive.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about here?
What's that?
These are my wife's trophies for whole hog cookery. And
nice.
She uses a pit.
Nice. See, and that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, that's how I got to the point where I was thinking, like, I can put a whole hog of like 200 kilograms on a Kamado Joe, but the cooking style is freaking awesome. So I can have a pork belly that way, or I can have spatchcock chicken that way. And then I came up with the other part of the technique where they cook it with the meat side down all the way through to the end. When it's almost done, then flip it over, put the skin side down.
Crackling.
And when you put the meat side down first, it picks up all the smoke and flavor, all that blue smoke, and that's pure barbecue flavor. And then when it has all that flavor in it, you're flipping it around, and then on top you put put sauce, and you're adding more and more flavor, and underneath you're crispening up that skin. And I thought, well, if they do that to pork, can we do it to chicken? So I tried it on chicken, and it was like an epiphany. It was a decisive moment in my barbecue experience. It was like, this is what barbecue should taste like. That was a moment.
And that's spatchcock.
And that's spatchcock chicken.
You're using the ribs almost as a heat deflector, right? Because you cut it up, and I've got mine upside down. I just flipped mine, and you can see that rib cage has just really been sweating out and permeating big, bold flavor. Anytime you can do bone on anything, you go for it, you know? And I know you're paying for the weight, but it's well worth it. You're paying for it even if you're not getting it at the butcher shop. But that's pretty stuff.
Yeah.
I'm flipping that spatchcock over again. And you don't have to, but I see the legs. I like to knock off the knobs where the I guess you call them the ankles or the end pieces of the bone, so that the skin and meat can shrink up, and I find it keeps more moist that way as well. Yeah. Starting to get a little rain out here. It's
rain.
Nice. Nothing better than cooking in the rain, brother. I love it. I do. I swear. If it's raining outside when I wake up, first thing I do is go light the freaking grill and then come up with a plan.
Hey, bro. Your phone is waterproof. Your KJ is waterproof. What are you worried about?
What am I worried about, bro? I've thrown parties in the middle of the ocean on boats in a hailstorm. I dig the elements. I dig it. The more foul weather, the better for me. Well, let's not get crazy, but you know.
You're talking to the Dutch guy.
It's always raining. Have you ever experienced? You were an ocean guy. You ever experienced a cyclone or a hurricane?
Well, we had it on land. No, not a hurricane. No.
Tornado. You don't have tornadoes.
Yeah, tornado. Yeah. But the thing is, like, when you're on a boat, you just sail around the hurricane. That's what you do. You just avoid it, because it's not land. It's not like there's a road you have to follow. You can just say, oh, well, here's the hurricane. Let's go around it. Otherwise, the boat might sink or we might get damaged. And if you're not, then you're like choose whatever.
Well, a lot of times you try. If you're down in the Bahamas, you can try to hide behind an island, right? You can try to bank, but you don't know where that thing's going. So you could put cross anchors out, but you still don't know where it's going to happen. No. I can remember being in a barrier island off coast North Carolina during a hurricane, and we were cooking low and slow barbecue, and we came up with. You ever heard of beer pong? We're playing beer pong.
Yeah.
We nailed the cups down to a plywood table. We had our other cups we were drinking out, and instead of a ping pong ball, we're using a golf ball. Yeah, and we're playing in, I don't know, 80, 90 mile per hour winds. We go inside to get refills. We come back, table's gone. Never saw it again. Table's gone. Tragic.
Yeah. You're a tornado guy. We had I had my first tornado experience here last year. It was 2019 June. June. Yeah, we moved into this house just 2 weeks. And that was one of the scariest. I had the fresh new for me.
Three.
The 3 fresh.
That's all. Yeah.
It was standing there, and I was pushing against the window together with my wife to push it shut because the air pressure was so much, and we left it open because we had no freaking clue what a tornado was, and we never expected one to come to our house. And so we were pushing against that window, and we just saw one of our trailers getting picked up in the air, not like going sideways, just going up, and then getting smashed into the first barbecue, which was made of steel. So no problem there. And then, but next to that was my brand new Kamada Joe Big Joe 3. It was one of the more scary moments that I've encountered. Like, no, not the Kamada Joe, not my Big Joe. And luckily, nothing happened. Nothing happened. It just stopped into that steel grill. I love that look. Say something. People that actually watch our video podcast should see. Eric just got an umbrella. I love it. Yeah. It's a good look. I feel right at home with you looking like that. It feels like you're in the Netherlands.
I'll be honest with you. Umbrella is my favorite word. Beyond any other word in the whole English language. Thank you.
You're getting served.
Yeah.
Bullets. If you get that in Italy, if you get one of those in Italy, it means something, right? That and a horse's head in your bed.
What? You said I just came into this conversation very late. Did you just say a horse head in my bed?
Yeah, when you get something like that in Italy, it means something. So Eric was just given a casing. Do I say it properly? A bullet casing by his 8-year-old daughter.
This was a 4.5-year-old.
Oh, this was a 4.5-year-old. So
it's a spent shell. It's a little brass casing. Yeah.
Yeah. For Dutch people, it's a bit weird. European, it's a bit weird.
I'm sure it's a bit weird for people here in the U.S. and all over the world too, but it's just the way we're living our life right now. The girls go upstairs. So the way my daily routine, I'm up super early. And then the girls get up about 8:30 or so, and they're upstairs learning all the school stuff, doing Zoom with their classroom, circle time, that sort of stuff. My wife Jenny's putting them through the paces, and then they come outside. Then it's my turn, and then we're learning outdoor survival techniques. We're scoping in rifles. We are throwing axes. We're making trebuchets. We're lashing. We're identifying snakes and crayfish and skinks and lizards. I'm an Eagle Scout here from the small historic town in North Carolina, so I'm putting them through my own regiment, and very safely, might I add. A lot of safety talks all day long. But this is good stuff. I say this very selfishly. If it weren't for the economic hardships right now, and people who I know who are really going through the serious health bouts of their lives, I would say this is just an incredible time to be at home with your loved ones and to freaking soak up every second of it and to really embrace the positive things that are coming out of this. Because I never spent so much time at home, quality time with my kiddos. I mean, I can't think of anything that could possibly happen in the world that would allow me to do this.
Yeah.
So there's some silver lining here, brother.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to say that for people that might think it's a bit weird, what Eric is saying is he's doing with his kids, like that you're hunting and looking for snakes and stuff like that. And I just want to say when you were at my house and my kids pointed a Nerf gun at you, you were like, whoa. Well, never, ever point a gun
Yeah,
at someone.
We don't even Nerf guns, water guns, anything. We don't point those people. I don't play that just because it's a reality. You know, we got.
Yeah, but in the Netherlands, you know, it's like the hawk took my chicken, and you said, "Well, get a gun, shoot it."
No, you don't shoot a hawk. You shoot something in the air, but you don't shoot. You never shoot a hawk. That's a protected bird here in the U.S. And the birds of prey are incredible. I love them. You're gonna get phone calls on me. I don't play that game. I don't play that game.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even if we wanted to shoot something in the Netherlands, nobody has a gun. We just we have the water gun, we have the Nerf gun. That's it.
I can appreciate that. You know, my grandfather was a game warden in upstate New York, and Jenny, my wife's family, her grandfather was captain in the Navy, and so we've got a fair amount of rifles, and we really like to go out and just target shoot. I'll take a deer or two per season, maybe a rabbit here and there. Keep up my skill set with whole animal fabrication and 100% utilization. I think and I know we're getting off on a tangent here, but it's our show. We do whatever we want to.
We can do whatever we want.
I unapologetically say to you, if you have kids, introduce them to animals. You know what I mean? We live in a society where you go to the grocery store and somebody with gloves on is touching something that's got plastic on it, that's on a piece of styrofoam, and instead of cow, we've called it beef, and instead of pig, we call it pork. And you know, it's interesting. We've come up with different names to make it easier. But somebody's making the tough call out there. So there's a big separation of where food comes from. So I hope everybody's delving into their local communities, going to the farm, supporting folks that are doing this stuff, from raising up the animals to slaughtering the animals to getting food on the plates. And if you're not into that, at least be growing a garden.
If you're not into that,
that's okay.
Get into it. In a hurry.
And you don't have to
That's
eat
what
like my 8-year-old. She's not into. She won't touch any of this. She would be a vegetarian if it weren't for bacon. She loves bacon. She's not ready to give up bacon. I feel like that's a lot of people out there.
I think it's your. I think we're getting into that, but I want to share. We'll hold that thought, because we need to talk about that.
I got it.
Because it's a hot issue, we need to talk about vegetarians. But I got something that you sent me, actually. And here we go.
Hey, this is Kelly Balkin from Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm going turkey hunting with my family, and I'd love to know a great recipe for some wild turkey that I'm going to be cooking on my Kamado Joe. PITMASTERX, I love you, dude. Chef Eric, thanks for everything, guys.
So...
He's going turkey hunting.
Turkey hunting. Is that like a seasonal? Is that the moment this?
Oh, yeah. Everything's seasonal except for coyotes.
Yeah, but isn't it breeding season for turkey?
No, not here. No.
Well, isn't breeding season, or you just shoot them while they're breeding? They're sitting down. Oh, is it sensitive?
No, I don't think it's sensitive. Okay. I don't think it's sensitive. I think it's a good question about how they determine when season is and when season isn't. And also, you know, they're looking at the numbers and determining whether there's going to be a season at all. Some states have lotteries saying, okay, only X amount of people are going to be able to take X amount of animals this year. I mean, it's a legitimate thing. You know, Kelly's involved with a good number of hunts that support local communities, that feed the homeless shelters, you know, that are able to take our escalating deer numbers and turn those into food for homeless folks. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's taking his kids out there. He's got three kids. They're probably all going camping and hunting, like you said.
So it's like in the Netherlands.
His guns are too big.
Shut up. I'm trying to say something.
I just had to get that in there.
It's always the same thing with you. Trying to get something in there. It's like we got time, brother. We're at number 3. We might make another one.
Who are you? I don't even know why I talk.
I'm me.
Go ahead.
Oh, I got a question for you. Now it's gone.
Sorry, Kelly. Wild turkey.
Oh, I quit now too. No, it's like turkey is like the hare. We have hare here a lot, and they breed like crazy. So basically, you can shoot them year round, no problem. Because otherwise, the crops is just going to be destroyed. We will have more hares than crop. Is it the same with turkey?
Oh, are you ready for me to talk now? Can I talk? Is it okay?
I quit.
No, it's not the same.
I quit.
With turkey.
This was the last podcast.
There's not so many turkeys breeding all over the place that they're destroying crops. They're not locusts. They're. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin wanted to make the turkey the national bird instead of the bald eagle.
They should.
How about that?
Yeah,
I believe it. But I no, they're not. They're not. I mean, I've never heard of turkey being invasive, but I do know that there's nothing better than a wild turkey on the Thanksgiving table. I'll tell you that. That's good stuff. All dark meat, super rich.
Should we go back to Tom's question?
Kelly's question.
Sorry, Kelly's question.
But I think a tom is a male turkey. I think that's what you call it. That's what you said that. Maybe you knew that deep down.
Good save. Thank you very much. Thank you for saving my ass. So, Kelly had a question for us. What are you thinking?
Kelly, it is a game bird. So I like to again 100% utilization. You got that whole entire bird. Don't you dare get rid of the kidneys. Don't you dare get rid of the heart. Turkey heart is one of my favorite things to grill on the entire bird. Of course, you have the tenderloins and the dark breast meat and the legs. We were just talking about spatchcocking, and I think PITMASTERX and I both agree that there's no better way to do a chicken than to spatchcock it. So I would minimal charcoal roast. Just making that term up, but it makes sense, right? Using minimal amount of charcoal and roasting direct.
Ambers. Yeah.
The turkey. And I'd bank all the charcoal to one side, and that's the side that I would put the legs and thighs over, because you want those to come up to about 170, 175 to get the dark meat truly tender. Whereas, it's all dark meat, but the breast meat is going to be less tough, and that only needs to come up to that 160 to carry over to that 165. So the legs, which they use a lot more often than their wings to utilize their breast meat, the legs need to be cooked to a higher temperature to become tender. So bank the coals, put the legs and thighs over the coals as birds are spatchcock, and then on the other side have the breast meat with the wings kind of half Nelson, much like I have this bird here. And then you can smoke the neck bone and those feet and make your gravy and stock from that.
Yeah. And
your thoughts?
My thought is I like chicken better than I like turkey on the barbecue, like spatchcocked. In Europe we got the bronze Kelly turkey, which is from UK, and they got their train of thought is get the heritage turkey, let them run free, feed them whatever they need to be fed, but don't put them in a cage. It's like it has a lot of color and a lot of flavor, and still it's not my favorite type of meat. So I really like to add a lot of flavor to the turkey, and I also like to cook it to the point where it's getting to fall apart tender. That's the way I like my turkey. And
are you braising it to get to that point?
No, just smoke it. Yep. Smoke the pool. That's the way I like it. And then if you're getting crazy, then put some batter on it and then fry it. So it's fall apart tender and frying it, and then it's going to be messy. It's going to be sticky. Oh, but it's good. It's good. I'm getting hungry as we speak about it. Why? We should talk.
It's so good.
This is the problem. I'm just discovering the problem with our podcast right now. You're sitting there with all this food, and I'm sitting here with a switchboard
You're hungry.
And a beer. And I'm getting hungry as we talk about the food. And I'm thinking about that turkey pull apart tender, just at the point where it's going to fall apart, and then deep frying it. And you get that crunch. Like when you bite into it, it just goes like, it falls apart on you. You get all these juices and you get that crisp. And oh, man. And I'm sitting here and my stomach is growling.
You guys are just getting onto the deep fried trend here. I need you to come, and I've seen it Germans, everybody, they're like deep fry, deep fry, deep fry. We're getting away from it in the U.S. because the trans fats and the health and this stuff. You guys are you haven't hit the peak of deep fried yet.
No.
I've seen
We're
you
just
deep frying ribs. I've seen you. Yeah, I knew your answer is going to be deep fried. Wait till you guys figure out that you can make a cake batter and dip things in cake batter and then fry it. You're going to freak out. We just need to open up our own restaurant of barbecue deep fried. We'll call it America.
Yeah.
Making the Netherlands great again. We'll make red hats that say it and stuff. Oh, we'll kill it. We'll kill it.
It's very easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. Except nobody will be able to come to our restaurants because they're all pent up at home, socially distanced.
We could bring it to the people.
To-go fried food is a terrible idea. You ever tried to put something crispy and hot into a box and send it out?
Come on. It's like, no, okay, we got to draw a line here because you're saying you're getting away from fried food, but I agree for you partially because in Asian style cooking, deep fried food is like king.
I get it. Tonkatsu.
Yeah, if you have like a wok, some oil in it, and they deep fry a lot of stuff, but it kind of like it's an essential part of their cuisine. And I don't want to deep fry everything. That's like, it makes no sense. But even the German people say Dutch people fry everything. We have maybe 20 to 30 different snacks that are deep fried. So in Europe, I think we're well known for deep frying in the Netherlands. But I think we haven't touched on everything deep fried yet. I see an opportunity.
I need to interject. I want you and I to go to the state fairs everywhere are incredible, but something about the Minneapolis State Fair, that they're doing deep fried Oreos, deep fried Twinkie. Bro, get this one, deep fried butter. They're doing, and they serve it on a freaking stick.
No way. That's not possible.
Yes. I'm going to send you the menu. Deep fried ice cream. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we could do baked Alaska, deep fried baked Alaska on a stick and catch it. You know, I'm gonna catch it on fire. I'm gonna catch it on fire.
Yeah. And deep fried pizza is like deep fried Snickers, like deep fried Twinkies.
Yeah, they do it. I see it all.
But I think there's like a point where it's adding something, and there's a point where it's taking something. To me, of course, I never had a deep fried Snickers or Mars bar or candy bar, but I don't feel I'm missing out on something there.
No.
But if you're a deep fried chicken, you need it in your life. It's
pretty good. Let me ask you this: you do deep fried chicken, right? I mean, that's a staple here in the South. And you said South Carolina. I want to reiterate, North Carolina. Okay, and anybody listening from South Carolina, I'm sorry. Feel free to come up north. I'm happy to buy you a beer.
Buy an ice cream.
But I ain't putting I'm not putting freaking mustard in my barbecue. Okay, we draw the line.
Oh, come on, it's good.
You're a mustard guy.
I'm a mayonnaise guy.
I'm glad everyone could join us today for our very last podcast. Unbelievable mustard in your freaking barbecue. Well, Mr.
Honey mustard.
South Carolina X. A pleasure to meet you. As you're brand new to me right now, bro. Brand new.
I love mustard in my barbecue sauce. I absolutely love it. But I also love Kisap Manis.
Kikat Manis.
Yeah, sweet soy sauce.
Thickened, sweetened soy sauce.
Yes. It's not thickened. It's condensed.
Oh, Kikat Manis is. So maybe we're talking about something different.
No. It's condensed. It's the same thing.
Ah, right. Condensed.
Yeah.
Hold on. So what? I'm like, no, baby. But you can come say hello, or you need your legs out. My kid got her leg stuck in something. Let me help out.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy bouncy ball.
We're dads.
Kind of
Just do what you need to do. We're dads. That's our job.
I'm dadding it up. Oh, I'm winning the dad game. I'm working on the
You're not winning the dad game, dude.
Not between me and you, but like in life, I'm working on the husband thing. It's like a seesaw. Whenever I'm winning the kid thing, I'm not winning the when I'm winning dad thing, I'm not winning husband thing. It's crazy. Whatever happened to like a rising tide raises all ships? That's the relationship I want. I'm more of a seesaw. Something's winning, something's losing. All right, my kids are crazy. I've met your kids. Your kids are great.
Your kids are great too. Your kids are so well behaved. I don't know how you do.
Well, they are.
They're nice.
It's got nothing to do with me. Thank God they take after their mom. We had the opportunity to sing "Happy Birthday" in English to your lovely daughter. That was wonderful.
And she loved it. It was freaking awesome. And see, and this is what I love about the internet and the way we connect nowadays. That's so cool that my kids get to connect with your kids, even if they never seen each other in real life. They still feel that connection. That's so cool. I love that.
It's gonna be interesting when we introduce them in real life. They're gonna be like so shy and not like interact. And then when it's like 20 minutes till it's time to go, they're gonna be best pals and not want to leave.
Exactly, because when they see the trampoline or something like that, and they just hump on the trampoline, it doesn't. They don't care anymore. You speak English, German, they don't care.
My kids are they sit across the street from the other kids across the street. They're the same age, and they have chickens and stuff, and that the coyotes start baying at 8:30 at night. But it's such wild times. I wonder what's going to happen to them socially from this. You know, are they going to feel comfortable going into those restaurants that we always like to go to that's packed out and you got to fight to get to the bar to put your food order in, you know?
Yeah.
It's
why?
I don't know.
Here we go.
What are you playing on Instagram? What's going on here?
Listen to this. Oh.
With the meat afterwards, do you eat it or do you throw it away?
Do it again.
Hey, Pitmaster. I wondered what you guys do with the meat afterwards. Do you eat it or do you throw it away?
You know, it's a good question because, you don't want to know how many times people ask me, do you actually eat that food?
Because you're so skinny. It's because you're 8 foot tall and skinny as a rail.
Come on, seriously.
You got that?
You want to make me do this?
Nobody wants to see that.
Come on.
And for those of you who can't see right now, not watching us on YouTube, if you're on Spotify or Instagram, PITMASTERX is actually showing us his get in my belly.
It's not a baby.
Get in my belly.
And that's not a baby. I didn't eat a baby. I ate barbecue. Now, I look really slim because I'm that tall, but in reality, I'm not the slimmest and fittest in the world.
My wife got on me this week. She's like, bro,
time to work out.
I know you left she calls them trainer, my running shoes, my joggers. She's like, I know you lost them at a party in Australia.
That's what you told her? You throw them away at the airport.
No, I borrowed a chair from a Barbecues Galore store, and I threw this crazy raging party with like grilled oysters and crazy paellas on the Kamada Joes and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I got into a lake. You know, if there's water, I'm in. So I took my shoes off. I lost them. The next day I come up, I find them, I put them in the back of the chair, and then I return the chair. And so David Ashwin, who lent me the chair, sends me pictures next to his Kamado from the 60s, and as if the shoes are talking. They're like, oh, don't worry about us, Eric. We're doing just fine. There's a terrible Australian accent. But it's legit. He's sending me like as if they were kidnapped and they're proof of life photos of my Asics. And I have no shoes to run in right now. It's really first world problems. But my wife is telling me time to get running, bro. Time for the rubber to hit the pavement. Time to shed off some of those LBSs. Those are pounds for you, not in the U.S.
LBSs. What does it stand for? LBS? What's it short for?
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Don't ask me questions you know I don't know the answer to. A, as a dyslexic, we're lucky I got LBS in the right order. And B, I don't know that stuff.
Why do you use it? Use kilograms. Use the metric system. It works.
I'll tell you this. I traveled all of Europe with you, and I've thrown over 100 freaking block parties, many of them in Europe. Everybody already speaks English in Europe. The French pretend not to. Everybody else speaks it. If you all pick up English as your
I promise.
language,
I totally agree there.
We will take metric, because there's no sense in me traveling 20 minutes,
shake my hand.
one language, at 30 minutes another language. I mean, I get history.
Shake my hand. It's a done deal. We speak English. You do the metric system. All right, done deal. Let's call our presidents.
Yeah.
Get them on this podcast. We need to get this done.
Listen, in about 30 kilometers, I'm going to take this chicken off. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. No. That's okay.
So we're I got to give you a close up. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is my favorite part.
You can see I'm moving the camera closer.
And you're not getting the sizzle, I know, but it's happening. Holy but jolly.
Can you please get that camera out of my face, out of the meat, because I'm starting to drool again. This is a podcast. Stop putting the camera in the meat. I can't stand it.
Well, it's a podcast we got on YouTube too, which I think the YouTube versions of it, like when we had Jason, aka Wee Man, watching YouTube version of this, me and you go back and forth. The video helps. I love, and Jason picking on you the whole time. That was hilarious.
Picking on me. That's nice. Yeah. People seen it, There's evidence.
That guy sends me about 3 messages a day picking on me still. Oh yeah, nice job. Don't burn that steak, chef. I can't go live without anybody, without Jason coming on and being like,
you have to put in the effort, Eric. You have to put in the effort, and you just got to endure what people throw at you. It's a hard life being a podcast star. It's a hard life. People bully you around, people make fun of you, but it doesn't matter, because in the end, you're a podcast star.
Once this travel ban lifts up, they're going to be shipping me out all over the freaking place doing the thing.
And they're going to be telling you already had your holiday, so they cancel all your holidays.
Yeah, quite the holiday. I'll be honest with you, my whole life's a holiday anyway, except for being away from the family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally going out there and celebrating barbecue. Have you ever seen Bruce Brown's The Endless Summer?
No, you just skip on to the next thing. But before you go there,
sure.
Let's record on right here for the saying. It's like you have to bring your wife and your kids to Europe, to Yugoslavia, because they got roots there. We have to go there. I was talking to her father, Croatia. And I said a few words in Croatian, and he started rambling in Croatian. I didn't know what he was saying.
Oh, it's lovely, though. It's beautiful.
You got to take him, man. It's got to be done. We're going to be cooking there. We're going to have fun there. We got to be cooking Croatian food. They love their seafood. It's the thing for you, man.
It is the thing for me. I can't tell you how many folks have reached out from Croatia. There's a barbecue scene there that we just don't know about, because I don't know how the world they're finding you and I. I mean, it's truly remarkable how many people from Croatia say, when you come to Croatia, and I'm like, how do you guys know that's on my bucket list? That's like top 3. I give it top 3. To go to Croatia and to completely submerge ourselves in the culture, I'll tell you, bro, that's a freaking dream. I do it by myself all the time with Kamado Joe. I go to places, and when I'm done with work, I'll just freaking get lost. I'll go in, and I know you've been a part of that. I'll disappear, completely disappear, not speak any freaking nothing.
I can't
just listen.
Let me be honest. I can't remember the moment that you didn't disappear. And the first time it happened, I was really worried because when we did that 7th trip, we had a super tight schedule.
Slovenia.
And our cameraman, he came into the house. He said, Eric's gone. He's not here. I was like, dude, we got to go right now. In half an hour, we need to be fly fishing in the river. And he said, Eric's not here. Eric's not here. I just came in an hour ago. Eric's not here. And I went into your room looking for you. You were not there. We had this nice villa. We had a super nice villa to sleep in.
I saw 10 minutes of it. Great.
Yay. It was the only time you had a decent bed. And you weren't in it. You missed out on the precious moment of sleep, and you decided to go out and disappear. And
I disappeared, but you know where I ended up, and I don't know if I ever told you this. So we all we were exhausted. We get into this beautiful villa with Matesh. He takes us. We have one drink. Everybody goes to bed. I laid down. As soon as my head hit that pillow, I bounced right back up, and I was out that front door. And
see, let me add something to that, because that's something you do. Is you try and make people believe that you're actually saying because you're saying I'm gonna go back to the hotel, but it's just a polite way to say I gotta ditch you, man. This is not going in the direction I need to take this. I'm ditching you. I need to step it up, bring it to the next level.
That is not it. That is not it. And for those of you right now who are watching that have traveled with me, and I've said I've gone back, I'm going to bed, and then all of a sudden I got crazy stories the next day. I want to go somewhere where I don't have to talk. I don't want to have to say a single word. I want to go, especially if they speak a different language and it's a different culture. I want to go in there and I want to point at whatever it is I want to drink. It's nighttime. There's music. I'm totally immersed in it, and I'm just in it. I'm in the moment. I don't have to think about anything. I love being lost in the moment. But I ended up falling into a crew of river raft guides from the Socha River. And they, I ordered around. They gathered. I was from the U.S. and from North Carolina, and everybody's got some kind of weird connection to North Carolina. And then I just let them talk the whole time, and all of a sudden the sun came up. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean?
I know what happened. You almost missed your date in the Socha River.
I am a pro at showing up right when I need to be there. I didn't miss a single second. And did I whinge one time about being tired or being hungover or not feeling like fly fishing in the Socha River? No, bro.
I have to agree that you weren't being a little peep about it, but
of course not.
Your performance was less than
adequate.
No, it was still adequate. See, this is the thing with you. It's like on a bad day, you're still better than most people. See, what a barbecue and having fun and adventure and the whole adventure thing is your thing. Yeah. And so at your worst moment, you're better than most. And so you're still adequate and you're still doing a good job, but it's not 100%. See?
Well, you caught a fish and I didn't.
I was flying a drone recording you catching a fish.
Very competitive.
Come on.
And I am a fly fishing guy. I know how to fly fish. You didn't know how to fly fish. You caught a freaking fish.
I didn't call a fish.
That's how that goes, though. That's how they go. When I take my kid out with the little Snoopy push button reel and rod, boom, 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 she's the one picking up the 10-pound bass. LBS is there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's LBS. 2,000 kgs. Already doing the metric thing.
It's just times 2, bro. It's just times 2. So in pounds, it's 1 kilogram, 2 pounds.
doesn't work that way. I mean, I get it. And
it's the same with
5K is what, 2.3 miles.
It's the same with Fahrenheit. See, like here's my theory behind it.
Yeah,
my theory behind it is that in America they just want to have more of everything, so they just put everything times 2. So they took the Celsius system and they said, well, we got to have more. We got to be better. So we just put it, we call it something different and we put it times 2. So it sounds better and it sounds more. And temperature? And the same thing for kilograms. You just, well, we're going to do it in pounds or LBSs and we just put it times 2. That's it. That's what you do.
What temperature does water boil at in
100 degrees Celsius.
100.
Yeah.
Would you not argue that Fahrenheit's a little more accurate because we have that 212?
No, that's the worst argument because the whole Celsius system is based on boiling water and the freezing point.
212 is a round number too, but I mean like really round.
Come on, that's the worst argument. No,
throwing it out there.
No,
let's make 100. 100's the boiling. Yeah, it's like the Canadians. You know what I mean? When you're talking about the temperature danger zone, and they're like 40 to 140.
Don't go there.
That makes sense.
Don't go there.
That makes sense. I love the Canadians.
I love the Canadians. Don't go there, Eric. Don't say you love the Canadians. You do not love the Canadians. I love the Canadians. I love the Canadians. I love the Canadians more than you do. Stop it. I love the Canadians more than you do. You're not gonna win this.
I will say this. Last time I was in Canada and I tried to hang out with you late night, you ditched me.
Yeah, well, it was my turn to ditch you. You ditched me already 3 or 4 times. It was my turn.
You didn't come out with us. It was a crazy, crazy, crazy night. We had breakfast, but you missed out on the craziness.
Hey, dude, I had to choose between you and my wife. What do you think? I like you a lot.
There's no question there. Argument settled. You win.
I love you, bro, but not that much.
Yeah. But I do want one night out on the town in Toronto with PITMASTERX. I tell you that.
Hey,
I'm fun in Toronto. I'm a lot of fun in Toronto.
Well, let's just save that whole Dixon story for next time because we got. Look, stop waving that chicken in my face. It looks so good. Oh, Eric, please stop. I can't see it anymore.
But I tell you my new joke. I got a food joke for every. This is joke number 3.
Yeah.
How do you know? And you'll see how it connects here in a second. How do you know when a pepper's angry?
It's jalapeno face.
When it's jalapeno face.
I love that one. I tried to explain it to my kids. It didn't work. In Dutch, it doesn't work.
It was jalapeno. Yeah, it wouldn't work.
No, in Dutch, it doesn't work.
So when you guys take on English, when we take on metric, it'll make sense.
It'll make sense. We'll wait for the day.
You got to multiply it times 2.
All right. Eric, just slice into the chicken, slice into the pork, and take a bite. Please.
Watch this. All right, I'm going to flip these ribs.
This is a podcast. Tell people what you're doing.
You see, I cut my beard, right?
Yeah. What happened?
I manscaped for this episode.
Nice.
So look at the fire going on down below. Now, when I flip this over, this is what PITMASTERX loves. He tells his guy Morrison, he's like, all right, put it on slow-mo. This is going to be the sexy shot. But when we flip this over, it's going to have those bubbles.
Yeah. So you're trying to do this sexy shot on a podcast? That's so much fun. All right. Next time
my mother always told me I had a face for radio. I never knew what she meant till now.
Next time, just call Nathan Lippy and tell him you need that sexy shot.
Bro, that guy is unbelievable.
Next time, slice into the chicken. I need you to eat it. I need you to take a bite. I need to see your face, and I need to describe to people how good that chicken is. No, what do you mean no? Eat it. Taste it.
I'm not willing to sacrifice my ribs right now so you can get your weird like is it called SRM? The sound things? Like I'm not doing a SRM thing with you, man. No. Look, you see that flame going on?
ASMR.
Look at these flames. It's going to turn into another Wee Man episode if I don't take care of my business.
Take care of your business, bro. I will be Wee Man a thumbnail.
No.
Your ribs are burning.
All right, so I'm gonna start stacking my chicken neck on top of my ribs because that's what we do in North Carolina. You see, praise the Lord, it's good chicken and ribs.
People don't talk like that in North Carolina.
You would love North Carolina. You would love to ride on four-wheelers and then jump on a horse and maybe we shoot some guns. Like really good time.
So
play in the creek.
1, I need to shoot guns. 2, I need to go cross country on an ATV. And 3, I need to eat local barbecue from barbecue restaurants. And I need to talk to people. I need to talk to people that talk like North Carolina people do.
North Carolinians. I'm going to ask you this, and this is something very serious. You cook a lot of smoke here. You cook more barbecue than arguably anybody I know. Do you still enjoy going out to a restaurant and ordering things like barbecue?
No.
I can't do it.
But it's not
zero interest.
No,
I have all the respect in the world, but I can't do it.
No, but the thing is, like, I don't need to eat the barbecue for satisfaction of eating it. I need to know what it tastes like.
Got it. That makes sense.
See, I need it for reference, and that's what the thing is. I have it in my head that we're not gonna go into it. I had a whole nother topic. Well, I'm gonna save that for another time.
Bring the whole time. Hey, if this goes 2 hours, I got 2 hours. Joe Rogan's going 3 hours on a podcast. Bring it.
All right. If Joe Rogan is doing 3, we got to do 4, man.
Hey, we ain't gonna beat Joe, but I'm trying to talk to him about coming on, so we'll see.
If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna put on a light. Hold on.
It's getting very dark. It's very romantic. I'm not into this. So those of you who are listening right now, PITMASTERX just walked off the camera. Chances are he's gone to go get another beer because I know this guy. Didn't offer me one. Social distancing? Possibly. Maybe just being a jerk to Chef Eric? Probably. So we got the KJ rolling. I'm rolling at a 320. Oh, hey, Chef. Oh, he doesn't have his earphones on. You're wearing earphones.
Yes, I got to.
I didn't realize that. I have earphones. So back to it. Talk to me. What were we talking about? I forgot.
So the whole thing is like, in Switzerland, there's a Michelin star chef that started his own steak restaurant, his grilling restaurant. And he has a steak on a menu that I want to recreate because I want to figure out what his train of thought is to make that steak in that way. Because I've never made it in that way, and it kind of doesn't make sense in my head. And I actually bought the exact same steak, the one that he gets.
What is it?
I can't tell you. It's going to be a video. People have to watch it when it comes out. But the whole thing is, the thing is that I need to figure out what he was thinking to learn something. Even if I'm thinking at this moment it doesn't make sense to me, I need to figure out if it actually makes no sense or that I'm just, I need to learn that some things that don't make sense may actually make sense if you actually tried it. It's the same thing with my salt story. And I keep telling people, season your steak afterwards, use a good finishing salt, a pyramid finishing salt. And I just keep on saying it because people say to me, PITMASTERX, I'm sticking to pre-seasoning because that's what all the chefs tell them.
You both.
But I just, for me, it's pyramid salt afterwards. Try it. This is where people hang up. They switch to another app.
I will try it. I think there's nothing more important than I call it a finishing salt, though.
Yeah.
And if pyramid salt, amazing stuff. I like a combination of a great seasoning on the outside, and my ideology behind white, red, brown. Should we discuss that real quick?
No, don't give it away now. Don't give it away. We're just gonna talk about it next time. We got so many episodes, bro. We need just you and a chicken to make sweet.
Okay, so white, red, brown, unbelievable stuff. Here's how you do it. Now, we coined the phrase together, I believe, in Germany. White, red, brown. That's the way we throw it down.
That's the way we throw it down. I like that.
Well, to me, I agree with you 1,000,000,000% about finishing salt after you've sliced. But I think there is a way to build complexity in your bark with whether you're doing low and slow, fast and furious, with layering flavors before you introduce the heat.
True.
Sir.
But if you're cooking a single steak, and this is the difference between the most things that you cook, you just take the whole thing, season it, put it on the grill, and then slice it up and then season it afterwards. But if you're taking a single steak, you're not going to season it first. And this is the whole...
I disagree. I disagree.
Oh, all right.
Let me tell you
all right. No. No. We need to do a separate episode on the steak cook-off competitions.
Who would be your guest chef? Or not even a chef, guest.
Oliver.
For such a thing.
Oliver
Sivas?
Yes.
No. The German?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You think you can get him?
Of course. That's not hard.
You don't think? We had a little falling out in Cologne.
You had? Why?
Oh, yeah.
I thought...
It was about seasoning. The plot thickens.
No.
See if you can get him on. See if he's willing to finish the conversation we had in Cologne, Germany.
I'm going to pick his side. You know that, right?
You know he's the #1 barbecuer in the freaking world. Yeah, I know. But I need him to take science into consideration. That's all I'm saying.
You're willing to take on the #1
and my barbecue teammate.
Yeah.
All the kids.
You want to take him on while we are recording? I mean, you can't reverse that.
Let's not overplay this. Yeah, let's freaking do it. Pull the trigger, bring him on, tell him to pick his cut of meat. You want to make it a cut of beef? You want to make it simple? Like keep it restricted? Or you want to do the cow?
No. It's going to be steak. It's going to be prime rib. Ribeye. Sorry, a ribeye steak, USDA prime. 100 days, grain fed.
I got to be honest with you. I don't have to be a prime kind of guy.
No, definitely not. I totally agree with you there.
Prime. But listen, I buy my charcoal, and I stick to what I'm using. I buy my steaks, and I'm not putting the spend on prime. It's beautiful. If it's a special occasion, yeah. But I want to go against the #1 barbecue champion in the world. Oliver Sivas, if you're listening to me right now, I want to go head to head on what everybody's using at home. And not everybody's got access to prime time. All right. So I want choice. I want USDA choice and your pick on the steak. Give me 3 days to source it, I'll get it. And if you want to do grass-fed, we'll do grass-fed. But I'm not a huge fan of just straight grass-fed. Are you grain-finished, PITMASTERX?
Always.
That's what's up. Yeah. I want that yellow fat. I want something. I don't want it to taste like straight iron. There's only so many freaking steer, cow in the world that can pack on pounds and intermuscular fat from freaking grass.
But I think
just because you got a cow in the backyard and he or she's eating grass doesn't mean it's going to be an incredible steak. It's going to taste like iron. It's going to taste like grass.
Yeah, and we got to be realistic about that. People say it's like, hey, a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about say like, hey, it was running around the pasture, it was a happy cow, it's the best cow you can get.
Oh, that's beautiful. No, that's a huge part of it. Animal welfare, all about it, 1,000%.
But the finish, it's like the steak.
It's going to be delicious.
It's like the steak. You have to finish properly. You have to finish with a good finishing salt when you're cooking the steak. You have to finish feeding the cow properly with a good finishing feed for a longer period of time. Because we need flavor. We don't need iron. So
that's right.
So cut up that chicken because it's been resting for over 7 minutes now. I need you to take out your shun knife and stick it into that chicken.
All right. Oh, let me see if I can take you over here. Tell me if it gets blown out.
Nobody sees it. Nobody cares.
That's not true.
It's a podcast.
But I still want to. I want to see. All right. So let me tell you what I'm seeing here. So spatchcock chicken. And if you're not sure how to do it, PITMASTERX, do you have a video on this on your YouTube? How to spatchcock a chicken?
Yes. Many.
So those of you just joining us, it doesn't work like that, does it? Oh, so I've moved my cutting board to my Kamado Joe wing here, and I had this bird on for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's a poulette. It's a very small yard bird that's been running around. Once we slaughtered it,
Eric, this is like a typical size for in Europe. This is typical size. Somehow chickens are bigger in America. I don't get why. I don't get how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very small for the U.S. And that's an interesting point. I think the smaller the better. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start taking it off. I like to kind of try to have optimum skin coverage on the breast. So when I'm taking off the leg and thigh, I'm going to lift it up a little bit and pull it and see where that stretch occurs, and then kind of come from the bottom of the thigh that you're not going to see when it's laying flat to make sure that I can get mostly that breast meat covered. And I've got a beautiful chicken thigh here, really nicely covered with skin and seasoning. And then I'm going to find that joint. Nature gives us a roadmap where we can just cut right through the joints. And I got this beautiful chicken thigh. PITMASTERX, what do you think about that?
Oh, man. I was holding in my breath because otherwise this was just going to be like a heavy breathing session. Oh, this looks so good. I need to eat that.
ASMR kind of thing. You know, you can find PITMASTERX on another YouTube video. All right, so here we go.
It's a good thing we're not monetized yet. Otherwise, we would be demonetized right now. You can't say stuff like that. You have to blur it out all again. Just figure it out. It's like 1 hour, 80 minutes in.
Beauty.
Take a bite. You don't have to do it on camera. Just gives that sound. Gives that.
Yeah, I feel like you need to see it. Hey, baby.
Oh man. Oh, I'm just going crazy. Eric's showing us. Come on, take that stuff out of my face. Just take the freaking bite, brother. Come on, do it. Do it. I've been waiting for this for 15 minutes already.
Not a lot of people know this. I'm a closet eater.
I know.
I don't eat in front of anybody. I don't. It's very hard for me in videos to take a bite and then describe what I'm tasting. And so people are like, oh, he didn't eat his own food, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I eat the freaking food. I love eating food. I don't love eating in front of people.
I never see you eat anything in your whole life. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you actually eat?
Childhood, bro. Comes from childhood. Yeah, I come from a family of like freaking carnal, like messy eaters. Like, I'm not into it. It grosses me out.
Take the freaking bite. Do it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I see Eric.
Bro.
Oh, dude, it looks so good. Oh, man. You guys can see it. For the people actually listening to this podcast and not watching it on YouTube, that chicken looks really juicy and it looks very, very tasty. It's already gone. It's already gone.
I literally pulled it off the bone. You didn't stand a chance. I couldn't take a bite. The slightest bite made it all fall off the bone.
Okay. Go back to your closet eater.
Now, let me pull a wee man. Oh, this succulent bite of the most juiciest chicken I've ever cooked in my entire life. It's perfect on the outside and just right where you want it in the center. I hope you're listening to this, wee man. That was ridiculous. This is good stuff.
All right, that's a good moment to end this podcast. Thank you very much, Eric, for for giving me like a good entertainment of the chicken and making me feel hungry.
Yeah,
man, I love these podcasts. They're freaking awesome, and I hope we can make many more because I'm enjoying myself. How about you?
I think it's important. You got a lot of stuff to say that I want to know about. So in the next couple podcasts, PITMASTERX, I've got a lot of questions for you. And about YouTube and what it is you're doing. More importantly than YouTube, the food that you're doing is incredible. And I think we've got a couple of very special guests lined up. So please don't forget to tell people to stay tuned because I don't know how to make those posts happen.
All right. So just make sure you go to iTunes or Spotify, whatever your favorite thing is, or subscribe on our YouTube channel. And hey, if you want to make sure that you know everything that Eric is doing, just check him out on his Instagram account, Eric Gebhardt. And he got his cool pictures of all his KJ adventures over there. He really, I think he posts every single day, like 10 times, Eric. It's like a little overdone, but hey, it's cool. It's all good. And if you're not following me yet, just check out my YouTube channel, PITMASTERX. You'll figure it out. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you guys and listen. Well, speak to you guys next time. How do you properly finish that?
Dude, just close it out.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Give me a for more recipes, tips, and techniques. You want a good time while they're in quarantine, come hang out with us. Come on. No, I want to hear it.
I'm just gonna say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ik smakelijk.
Eet smakelijk. Tot de volgende keer. Tot ziens. Dag. Doei. Doei.
Doei doei.